How we doing?
Good.
Forgot it was Sunday for a second. Guys had to work on Sunday, huh?
Coach, on paper, I mean, obviously they have weapons, good quarterback. Despite their record, how do you look at their offense?
Oh, they have a lot of talent on their offense, and they have the ability to, to strike quick and be dangerous. They have a lot of weapons. An experienced quarterback who's a really good player who's going to be playing on Sundays. And a great tight end. Good guys up front, multiple backs right now that certainly have their strengths and are gaining experience and a deep receiving core. So they have the skill to be dangerous.
Does a 1-4 record at all, not for you, okay, but for the kids who are younger and not as mature as you are, but is it going to be a trap game?
I don't believe that's where we're at right now. I think our guys understand, regardless of who we're playing and the period we were in, to have a not really a full bye week like we had after Florida, but to have 11 days, we really want just go back to work and work on us. So regardless of who the opponent is, I think our guys understand what we're going to demand. That we're going to demand to get better and keep improving and make it about us, not about who we're playing. But all they got to do is turn on the tape and look at their players and see what kind of team they have.
How about the Thursday night game, the atmosphere? I'm sure it's going to be a full house. They're going to be really psyched up. Is it a little different Thursday nights?
Yeah, again, I hope our guys are excited about that opportunity, But I think once they kick it off, I don't think anybody realizes. I never did as a player. You don't realize whether there's 10,000 people in the stands or there's 80 or what's going on. You're playing ball. You're focused on your key and really don't pay attention to that once the ball's kicked off.
Other than the crowd noise and now going to a Thursday night game, big atmosphere, how do you guys get your team prepared and mentally focused for that game?
Well, the biggest thing is obviously we try to practice with crowd noise and do that kind of stuff just so we can make it hard on our guys to force them to communicate and signal and all that. But, really in an away game, it's really the offensive guys who have to deal with the crowd noise because that's when the crowd's getting loud when they're on defense, So, but, there could be opportunities in the game, obviously, where it could get loud. We're on defense and we have to communicate, but it's really more of a, it's really more of a deal when we're at home and our crowd's getting loud. That we also have to prepare for that and make sure that our guys are communicating.
And more for Coach D.
And the pass defense, Coach D is doing great this year. What are some of the things that you've improved in a lot? I mean, you've got a lot of picks. A lot of guys are doing it.
Yeah, I think anytime you can get some pressure on the quarterback is really going to help the guys on the back end. So I think we've been able to get more pressure. And I think just some experience, from those guys in the secondary, just playing a little bit faster, seeing things a little quicker, making some picks maybe that we didn't make last year.
Ladarius,
yeah.
Can you talk about him a little? I know he came from junior college, and Al said that's almost like doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but
yeah, he again, I think everybody has seen him. He came on really the second half of last year. Early on here, I can't remember which games it was, but he was kind of in a little bit of a rut, to be honest with you. We challenged him, and I think the last few weeks he's really continued to improve.
Can you talk about the battle up front and tackle? Obviously, Curtis and Renfro's really come on, and Earl, his development.
Yeah, no, it's been good, and I'm happy for Earl because again, Earl was in a position last year where he was a second-team guy most of the year, and he hasn't gotten as many reps, and I know that's hard, and it's happened to a few guys. We talked about that, but it allowed us to get deeper and better, and instead of pouting about it, he's continued to improve. So, we're glad about that. Renfro's given us a veteran guy. Obviously a fifth-year guy coming in here. It's kind of the equivalent of a pro team getting a 12 or 13-year veteran. You know what I mean? He's just kind of crafty and can, he's been through a lot of schemes. He had 3 different defensive line coaches at Virginia. He's been through different schemes, so he can kind of come in here and figure it out and give us some good reps. So he was very good in the Georgia Tech game and did a nice job there.
One more question for Coach. What have you seen from Corey King lately in practice? His development?
Yeah, he's a little bit behind the rest of the guys. Added a 2 deep, and then Earl Moore and Jelani Hamilton. They'd be kind of the next guys in the mix of the down guys before him.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
thank you.